Hello everyone, and welcome to Tales of Fae and Folklore. Today we will be discussing folklore related to Nixies, Selkies, mermaids, and water sprites. Almost every culture has a legend or folklore regarding a mermaid-like creature. It is remarkable that through my research, the stories and descriptions are eerily similar throughout the world. Sightings of mermaids, Nixies, and Selkies have been reported for centuries, usually by sailors and fishermen. In 1493, Christopher Columbus reported seeing 3 mermaids and stated that they were not as beautiful as everyone says and had rather masculine features. It is widely believed that what he actually saw that day were manatees. However, I'm not convinced that every sighting can be explained away as being manatees. All of these descriptions describe seeing beautiful half-women, half-fish creatures with long, flowing hair. No matter how exhausted, hungry, or inebriated a sailor might get, I find it somewhat humorous and hard to believe that they are mistaking manatees as women. Let's begin with Nixies. Nixies are water sprites that come from Germanic mythology. They are half human, half fish, and can take on a variety of forms. They have an affinity for music, dance, and enjoy receiving gifts. They are depicted as malicious and evil-minded, usually tricking and toying with humans. One such tale was written by the Brothers Grimm, The Nixie in the Pond. This tale tells of a miller who is suffering financially in his work. He is losing sleep and at a loss for how to fix his misfortune. One morning, he got up before daybreak and went outside, thinking that the fresh air would lighten his heart. As he was walking across the mill dam, the first sunbeam was just appearing, and he heard something rippling in the pond. Turning around, he saw a beautiful woman rising slowly out of the water. Her long hair, which she was holding above her shoulders with her soft hands, flowed down on both sides, covering her white body. He saw very well that she was the Nixie of the pond. He was so frightened that he did not know whether to run away or stay where he was. But the Nixie, speaking with a soft voice, called him by name and asked him why he was so sad. At first, the miller was speechless, but when he heard her speak so kindly, he took heart and told her how he had lived with good fortune and wealth, but now he was so poor that he did not know what to do. "Be at ease," said the Nixie. "I will make you richer and happier than you have ever been. You must only promise me to give me that which was just born into your house." What else can that be, thought the miller, but a young dog or cat? And he promised her what she demanded. The Nixie descended into the water again, and consoled in good spirits, he hurried back to his mill. He had not yet arrived when the maid came out of the front door and called out to him that he should rejoice, for his wife had given birth to a little boy. The miller stood there as though he had been struck by lightning. He saw very well that the cunning Nixie had known this and had cheated him. With his head lowered, he went to his wife's bed. When she said, "Why are you not happy with this beautiful boy?" he told her what had happened to him and what kind of a promise he had given to the Nixie. "What good to me are good fortune and prosperity," he added, "if I am to lose my child?" The Brothers Grimm got this story from folklore. I have heard it many times. Sometimes it's a fisherman who asks the mermaid for help attracting fish into his nets. She does, but requests that when his son is of age, she can take him. In Cameroon, they have a similar creature called the Genju. It is a beautiful water sprite that lives in rivers and oceans, and brings good fortune to those that worship it. It is a mermaid-like creature with long hair and gap-toothed smiles. They are said to be healers. The Bakwiri people worship the Genju and perform ceremonies as a rite of passage. The girls do this as a passage into womanhood. In West Africa, they call it Mamiwata. Sirens come from Greek mythology. Originally, they were half bird, half woman, but over time the story changed to a mermaid-like creature. Legend has it that sirens would lure sailors to their deaths by singing beautiful hypnotic tunes that would entrance the men, bringing them closer to the rocky edges of the Mediterranean Sea. Their ships would crash and sink, killing the men. In Homer's Odyssey, Odysseus and his men come across these sirens. To save his men, Odysseus orders them to put beeswax in their ears so they can't hear the hypnotic music, and to tie themselves to the ship to stop them from throwing themselves overboard. Some say that the sirens consume the bodies of the dead sailors. Sirens are supposed to represent temptation, that if you give in to temptation, you will suffer great consequences. The Knack are male water spirits from Scandinavian folklore. They play enchanted songs on the violin, luring women and children to drown in lakes or streams. They are not always depicted as malicious. I have heard similar stories where the fey male or female would lure a person to their waters to play for them, and sometimes agree to teach the human how to play the violin. However, this was rare. More often than not, the beautiful violin music would entrance the person so much that they would walk right into the water unaware until the creature would cease playing and pull them under to their death. Last but not least, the Selkies. Selkies are popular in Irish and Scottish and Norse folklore. Selkies are seals who come onto land and shed their seal skins, revealing a beautiful human form. They were male or female. It is said that if one were to find the skin of a Selkie and keep it, the Selkie would be trapped on land, unable to return home to the sea, and be bound to that person. On the other hand, if a Selkie is presented with its skin, it would immediately don the skin and return to the water. Unlike the other legends, Selkies are gentle, kind souls who often marry human men and women. They are described as having black hair and pale skin and dancing in the moonlight. There are many legends around the Shetland Islands in Scotland regarding Selkies. Many men and women would take them as a husband or wife, sometimes without knowing they were a Selkie, until the day they vanish back to the ocean without a word. These cultures still believe these legends and swear that families have Selkie in their bloodlines. I'm sure most of this is myth, but how can so many cultures share the same sightings and stories? The ocean is so vast. The Earth is 71% water, and we have only explored about 5% of that. New aquatic species are being discovered all the time. Who knows what lies beneath those watery depths? Thank you for joining me, everyone. This was one of my favorite topics. If you are interested in folklore, check out your local library to see what they have. Until next time, this is Selena with Tales of Fae and Folklore.